one police officer here. The police officer told her to get out because of guy coming to lock the place. I said, no, police officer. If you're not able to protect her, then you go outside. But I cannot leave my office where government assigned me to come and do piece of job because of somebody personal problem. Then I leave government job. They disrupted everything.
Is it true that the minister should be here today to look into this?
Nobody lying.
Because those guys appeared on the radio station last night.
Came from England last night. And you know what I'm saying? The only thing the minister called the commissioner to take those releases that those guys signed way back with AFCON to Morovia, so they will call their lawyer.
Do you have them informed on this yesterday? They aggrieved workers. Whether the minister is having tete-a-tete with their lawyer today in Morovia.
They are aware.
When this situation remains.
But what happens? They matter. All year we get division of labor.
Okay.
And when I say I'm the deputy labor commissioner for administration, so all of the day-to-day activities here are compiled and passed it on to the commissioner proper. But unfortunately, the commissioner was not here. When they came with their agreed statement this morning, I told them, oh, the gentlemen, all from Nima. That all way, the commissioner are going to town to address your issue. Upon a return, they say we are lying. The commissioner is here. We try to hire him to get them misleading information. So if they don't see the commissioner, they're going to lock her up. This is what happened.
Do you think it was not necessary as an individual also to protect your own life, to get out when they ask you to get out?
No,
to protect your life.
It will be unethical. It will be unethical. Somebody who is not a journalist, somebody who is not anything because he interviewed somebody and he said if the interview went wrong, then they come to the radio station and say, get us out. In case you get out, there are so many important documents. Other people have cases here that worth 150,000. Other people have cases here. Different people have cases here. You understand? So they are not working with us here. They are not police. They are police or coast sheriff who comes to tell her to get out. Fine.
We are yes.
Other people will not just come, ordinary citizen or surveillance will not come and ask her to get out because they want to lock
the police
are here now.
Thank you.
The police commander, all of those things are happening. I blame him. I'm talking as the deputy labor commissioner. Yeah, the 5 police officers they say here, he asked me to get out because the guy ain't coming to land the place. I said no.
He did it because of your life. He wanted to
now I call the police commander, he put my number on blacklist. The next time I call him, I said, if you want for the people to kill me, to get before you come on my rescue, then no problem. He said, then the way you think. Yeah,
is it not?
We are here. We all auto examine here.
We are here as police and we've been making effort to make contact. All effort fail. I've been at the door to ensure that I talk to somebody. I was just being informed that people are back here. This is why basically we are here.
Okay.
And I ask that you open the door.
Respect all laws has decided to play politics with a constitutional mandate. The truth is, this constitutional mandate is not a debatable mandate. President Boyka, you must follow the mandate from the Supreme Court. The difference there is a very clear difference here. Either as a nation we agree to follow a path of chaos, because once you do not go by the rule of law, then you are calling for chaos. We either do chaos or we do calm, where our country is able to move forward, where the hopes and aspirations of our people will be met, where the dignity that carries the name Liberia across the nations of the world will no longer be looked at as a pariah. This is the choice we have today. And that particular choice is led by the President of the Republic of Liberia. He can decide whether he wants a calm country so that he can fulfill the rescue agenda, which I believe is just a story, as I've been saying, or you can open a Pandora's box that will lead us to a place where we don't want to be. I'd like to call on the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Nima Boykai, the members of the Unity Party, and the members of the Liberian Senate and the House of Representatives to abide by the Supreme Court ruling. The reason why the onus is on the President is because the first branch of government is the implementer of all laws. The Supreme Court has spoken. What they have spoken is law and is a mandate. We look forward to its implementation to its fullest. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. Whilst you are in flight, witness the arrival of the chairman, the vice chair for operations of the PLP movement, Comrade Pascal Ganti. Political party there are represented as well. When the arrival of Comrade Janje Bape as well. Yeah.
For the work that you are supposed to do for your constituency, for your county, or for the nation. Where we are now, I never expected that we'll get to this point. That the number one citizen in the republic.
The government is providing the means for students to have access to quality education. This space under Joseph Boyka have become and is becoming chaotic on a daily basis. Every week, there will not be a day that police will not invade the university campus. The number of casualties, the numbers of police brutality, the number of
the fourth estate. The nation is not only challenged, but the nation is running into a dangerous precedent under the Unity Party-led administration. The Unity Party that cried for 6 years and accused their predecessor of bad governance, of misrule, of constitutional abuses, etc. The Unity Party that jumped into the streets of Monrovia and supported uncountable protests and defended the rights of people to protest to the extent that they defended the rights of people who call for the government of the CDC to be violently overthrown. Yet they defended the rights of those people under the doctrine of free speech. Is the Unity Party today that is running away from legitimate protest action? Is the Unity Party today that is crying and on the political defensive and constitutional defensive? You know, when people are defenseless, like the Unity Party, they become endangered creatures. Of the Unity Party rescuing Liberia, the party itself, along with the government, needs to be rescued because the government has become an endangered species, an endangered creature that itself needs to be rescued by the people of the Republic of Liberia. Having said that, when I listened today and saw that the Unity Party announced that they have alliance of 20 political institutions, but they could not have over 5 political parties, including themselves, seated at the table. It speaks volumes of the disintegration and deformity of the quote-unquote loose alliance of political parties who supported the Unity Party in 2022. You saw them today that they could not generate more than 5 persons from 5 different political institutions. In fact, my understanding is that some of the people who spoke, they are Unity partisans in disguise and acting as if to say they represent other political institutions. However, we will deal with that subject matter subsequently. But ladies and gentlemen of the 4th Estate and distinguished Liberians, the Unity Party has accused some members of the opposition of wanting to foment chaos in Liberia. Asma. The reason why I'm smart about it is that even people who supported the Unity Party are arguing that the failure of the Boyka-led administration to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia in itself is chaotic and it's a recipe for chaos. I listened and I read Amara Conan's piece on his page. He also spoke about the issue of respect for the rule of law, and any attempt to drift is a recipe for chaos. He supported the Unity Party. Oh yes, Senator DeLong argued that the ruling of the Supreme Court is clear.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasant welcome on today to the 04292025 edition of the program. This is the People's Program, and this is the Heat. The Heat comes away Monday, Wednesday, Monday to Friday. As a matter of fact, 5 this week, Monday to Friday, at 12 to 1:30, and today is Tuesday, the 29th day of the month of April. Just one more day to go to the end of this year. And good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Many thanks to all of our people joining us from around the world, Africa and the rest of our one world. It's a pleasure having all of you up on. We are on YouTube, Kool channel 2 on YouTube. We're also on live on Facebook. We're also on www.knewsonline.com. We are also on 91.9, as a matter of fact. Don't forget, the geometry of the whole must be kept high on the agenda because it involves the majority. And those that come with equity, they must come with clean hands. As usual, I am your humble servant. I'm J. Nathaniel Va. I just call me the ambassador, or call me JMBV official, on whatever platform you follow up on. And I'm here today with Sakandu on this edition of the program. Today, the Kwele people are the largest ethnic group of Liberia, representing about 20% of the population. They are primarily located in the central and northern Liberia. Historically, they migrated to the area from what is now known Sudan in the 16th century. Today, many Kwele still practice subsistence farming and maintain their traditional culture, including distinct arts and weekly market system. The Kwele are also known as the Giza, who in Northern Guinea are a Mende-speaking group. They migrated to Liberia from the Savannah area of the southern Sudan, likely fleeing conflict among the Sudanic states around the end of the 16th century. They established themselves in central and northern Liberia and played a role in resisting the imposition of the Americo-Liberian rule. Many Kwele people today are primarily rice farmers, through those who have migrated to urban areas. They continue their unique arts and cultural traditions, including weekly markets that are important social and economic hubs. While many Kwele community practice Christianity, a large number also adhere to traditional religion and practices. Kwele is a Tune language classified within the Mendi family of a Negro Congo language. The Kwela people are primarily found in the Bronx County, Bome County, Bapuru County, Lofa, and other parts of Liberia. They also have a presence into the Guinea, Southern Guinea, and Northern Ivory Coast, according to report. The Kwela are a major food source for Liberia capital cities. Their cultural practices and tradition are a major importance of Liberia culture. They have played a significant role in history and development of the country, Liberia. Many thanks to all of you on today. Remember, today is the 29th, as we precise, the 29th. Today's Tuesday, 29th of April, and April happens to be the 4th month of the year. And looking outside today, in 1945, on the 29th of April, the United States 7th Army liberated tens of thousands of inmates at Nazi in the concentration camp into the Dachau, Germany. Today, the orchestra conductor Zubin Mehta was born into the Bombay, Mumbai, into India on today. In 1916, about 10,000 British troops surrendered to the Ottoman Turks at the Kirkuk, Iraq, following a 5-month siege during the World War I today. Today, in 1954, the comedian Jerry Steinfeld, whose television show Steinfeld was the landmark of American pop culture into the late 20th century, as a matter of fact, was born today in Brooklyn, the 29th of April, into New York. In 1991, the tropical cyclone struck Bangladesh, killing an estimated 140,000 people and causing 10 million to lose their homes. Today, 1991, on the 29th of April. In 1992, riot erupted in Los Angeles in response to the verdict of a highly publicized trial of 4 white Los Angeles police officers who were acquitted of charges related to the 1991 beating of the Rodney King, a black motorist who had resisted arrest. Today, 29th of April, 1992. In 2015, what was thought to be the lowest attended baseball game into the MLB history, the Baltimore Orioles defeated the Chicago White Sox 8-2 in an empty Camden Yards, Baltimore. The games were closed to fans because of rioting in the city following the death of an African-American man who was fatally injured while in police custody in 2015 today on the 29th of April. And 3 years after that, the animated TV series The Simpsons aired its 636 episodes, surpassing the Gunsmoke in 1955 to 1975 to become the longest running of the scripted primetime show in the United States today. Today, the British royal wedding. On this day in 2011, Prince William of Wales, second in line to the British throne, married his longtime girlfriend, Catherine Middleton, in the lavish ceremony broadcast to millions of television viewers in history today. Have you heard about Hirohito, the Emperor of Japan? He was born today, the 29th of April, in 1901 in Tokyo, Japan. He died on the 7th of January in 1989 at the age of 87, Tokyo, Japan, in history. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Thanks for joining me on this event of the program. Be with me until 1:30. Remote open the lines. We valued your comments. They are the building block to our modern and emerging democracy. Liberia must rise once more to the victorious height of its existence. Be with me. I'm Nathaniel. Good afternoon.
Order of the Unity Party, I see why the Liberty Party was not present today. Probably they don't want to be in that trash of the unity party of defiance to the Supreme Court ruling. But there are people who supported the unity party who are challenging the president's statement that he will work with a quorum. It's unfortunate after 44 years of governance by President Boyka, he has failed to read the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. It's unfortunate that the acting chairman of the Unity Party, Senator Dabla Vapla, will hang on to Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution, but read it haphazardly. It's unfortunate that a counselor and a lawyer, the chairman of the MDR, who is the Minister of Labor, who should be protecting the laws of the Republic of Liberia as Minister of Labor and the Council, will also join novices and misinterpret the Liberian Constitution, not knowing that Article 33 has 3 cardinal subject matters. To hold on to one of the subject matters and don't discuss the rest of the 2 subject matters, it presupposes that the councillor, who is the chairman of MDR, doesn't understand that the constitution provisions and lines of the constitution sometimes are complementary. We don't have to open a constitutional class here today, but there are lines of the constitution or provisions.
And Liberians are all up in this, and like the president said, this thing has not ended yet. We hope that all odds, all of those involved can put their heads together and make sure that we find a solution. And from all indication from corners of Liberia, Liberians have already tried to start sending their messages of concerns to various blocks. Like I heard the press director of the House of Representatives said, we don't have block, we have majority members and minority members. So we'll get to understand that in days to come. Let me say thanks to the team there. So we're still waiting on, like over the past evening, we witnessed a press conference, but there were some issues that are being observed in press conference being held. You know, sometimes we're going to talk about that. You know, they were saying that they have said 5 members of the bloc joined. But there were questions asked whether mathematically there's some oversight of not knowing when these people came in, or they slipped off, or they coming in, and all of that. You know, some issue one may term as a credibility took a further blow to report that Representative DJ Group and Benson, Augusta B. Taylor, defected from the bloc. I mean, while the names of Tar Wongwe and Mema Briggs Mensa were listed among the bloc members, despite public distancing themselves from the movement. Some of the names that were called, making a number, like what we're hearing now, majority members are saying from the time yesterday, the press conference was on, they were saying that by Wednesday, they will get about 50 or 51. And then they will move on. And remember, the lawmakers are on break, waiting on when the trial resume, what's going to happen there. And we see members crossing over, but some of the members, so this question be asked, what are there some mathematical errors coming upon? Like a Priscilla Cooper, names of some folks who were already seen to be in the cycle, but on the overall, from what being reported, with not getting much information from the minority bloc, that is where the Kufa's bloc, they are on report, we're hearing that the numbers swelling up in the majority camp, or majority members, in the words of Robert Haynes. And he said they are members members of the legislature. But names are hearing such as Emmanuel Dan, Thomas Romeo Quia are also part of this process. Tawongwe, Mama Bruce Benza, Priscilla Cooper, we just don't know where they are, but we are asking the sincerity of the public or those involved who have their blocks as lawmakers. When I mean block this time around, who are elected lawmakers in our district, to be sincere to the people. But that's what we're getting now. But there are so many pressing issues we don't talk about today. Remember the GSC report is up, and we're getting some astonishing news from the LDE. We'll talk about that. We're getting some news from the FIA. We're getting that. But let me say this. You know, when these things come about, like the president of the Workers' Union of the formerly Palm Spring Colony said, it's not that we want to protest, but we are asking our folks, our leaders, in terms of those on the company angle, that is Palm Spring or Colony, or those from the Ministry of Labor, to make it sure that those Liberians that have worked, servant benefits, that has been agreed by the court, that yes, they signed, they agreed that they're going to pay it. They paid some money that day, but what happened is that they said they would pay some stability amount. And the group agreed that in 3 installments, but then it happened since 2023. And that would have ended in 2024. Since 2024, this matter has been taken to the Labor Ministry. There have been no further settlement into the matter. That those who have worked with formerly Palm Spring, now Colony, they're now saying they are not getting that paid. And the Ministry of Labor needs to wake up, to be proactive, and make sure that Liberians who are being treated in a new fashion be accorded due process. This doesn't require every time, oh yeah, we work, I will whoever not pay me, I'm going to protest. No! It's not about seeing protestation. It's not about seeing people aggrieved with certain actions where they assemble. No. But it's about the institution seeing the great need to look at these folks and say, these people work. Even if it's a dime and a half of them, let me give it to them. They work for it. But now in one Labama call monkey work baboon job. Let all Liberians who have come in a cycle of the working class. You know, some Liberians are not just going to say that we are employed, but some are contractors. Yeah, go ahead and pay them. Some are employed, like for the Palm Spring, the formerly Palm Spring economy folks. Some work for more than 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 9 years, 5 years, 7 years. Even if it is a dime, they deserve it. They deserve that thing. So we hope to raise this matters again so that the folks from the Ministry of Labor, imagine there was citations meeting planned, but the folks from the colony area refused vehemently. And there are questions being asked. And some of these people, some have already died waiting for their sovereign benefits or what is owed them or what is due to theirs. So we hope that the authority can see the need to build on these people, pay the poor money. If you can't pay all now, say, yeah, pay some again, pay some, they don't pay the other one. Let that be. It's important. Because we will not sit here and allow business owners come to our country, especially those who are foreign nationals, misuse our people, cajole our people, make them work for nothing. They work like jackass and they get nothing out of it. And then the day you play on their right, and even for the government and with like the Ministry of Labor to see the need that these people get a just benefit, but it began a hanky-panky thing and it just walk up and down. This won't be a call for. But the president said we will not be in the doing of business as usual. Please, Liberians, and I hope the minister, or Rukuba Kra, I hope the deputy minister, Steve Kolba, I hope the assistant minister, I hope the hearing officers are following this thing. Let them call their folks, let them pay the poor money. We don't want to got 1 month though, and work also the place there with no car passing. This, I don't think we should reach the stage. But let's see, let's be an institution, let's be the country, let's be a unit that solves problem. Please. We hope that they can look in the matter for the people there. Many thanks to you for listening to me on that. You know, there's this issue that happened. You know, this story came about when a Liberian young man who said a Chinese national, he was caught stealing, took it to the national resident. The Chinese man placed in his house, poured inside, ball hot oil, wasted it on him. Went again, pepper spray him as his dog, pepper spray all of the animals and all that, all of issues. Brought his dog to bite him all over, and later on took him to the police station. It was surprising for Liberians to hear another revelation from this victim, this young man, who said that he was being coerced. He was being asked to lie on the Chinese national. And he lied on it, but then with the issue of getting some ransom, some reward at the end of the day. But then the reward is not coming. His mother house had been changed to concrete. That was a big boost for the family. Some other benefits, they pay other family members, community members, monies, and all that. But this young man came and said, it was then the Director General of the LBS, in fact, who lied on him, who told him to lie on the Chinese man. He have come on several videos clips. Remember, this matter even went to the level of the house, that there be some adjudication or process taken there. Remember, it's just some sort of quasi court, but without jurisdiction. But then the Associate Justice Shannon Clinton Johnson stepped in the matter and said this matter is in a court confined. It should not be a matter of the house issue. We have to handle that. But since then, we are hearing nothing of this thing. The issue of using Fagon to pay the men will pay us, his friend Barry will pay the Bibhons and all that. All the allegations have not come up. We have not heard anything. We still following the matter. We still not. It was reported that this young man was being in some state of utopia, into oblivion, not around. But then he came out and spoke on several media outlets. He said, I'm still around, I'm still here. My person said, well, I'm here, but I was told to lie on this man. But because what I told that I want to get a benefit, I'm not getting it, is making me to speak out. This is not good. It's good that when these things come up, let's get to the bottom of this thing. Mind you, our partner, Chinese national, who have lived in this country, his own life, his own existence in this country is at stake. Mind you also, the Director General LBS, his whole career also at stake. The young man who was also seen as victim from the beginning, who was taken to Cali Hospital, but ESW Hospital for several days, weeks. His whole life also at stake. His whole character also at stake. So it's good that we get to know the bottom of this thing. We don't know where we are. We are told that this matter was in court. How far are we? But we are trying to inform you that we are still following this matter. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me on today. Let me say thank you, and let's go to Lodestar. Okay, welcome. You know, like I said to you, we're discussing the TSC report and some astonishing news that are coming up from the LD. But let's listen what's going on here. On 28 yesterday, there was this press conference from the officer in charge, the CRC, the Financial Intelligence Agency, Mohammed Nassar. The agency stated that a race-based inspection conducted between the 2nd of September to the 16th of September 2024 revealed that Lone Star Cell MTN Mobile Money Incorporated failed to establish an independent board separate from its parent body and the Lone Star Cell MTN GSM Incorporated. And this deficiency in the Lone Star Cell MTN Mobile Money, the AML CFT compliance system is in violation of Section 6 of the law of the land. And paragraph 5 of the mobile money regulations, number the CBL RSD 003 2014, that have been violated, and the violation also cited in the State of Liberia, December 2 to 10, 2018, joint digital financial system, a risk-based examination report on the Lone Star Cell MTN Mobile Money Incorporated. I know some Liberians will be interested that they are being victimized with the issue here. Now the FI is saying to us the whole system had not been set up and a risk-based inspection was conducted, and they found out that the Lone Star Cell is in violation. They have failed not to establish the independent board separate from the parent company, Lone Star Cell MTN GSM Incorporated. So when this thing came out, many Liberians have been asking, is it a reason why so now our money can get missing on our phone? Who's stealing our money? Is it a reason for your meaning? Sometimes you expect it to go for days. It's finished. Is it that sometimes we get some strange calls? Oh, you are in the line, you won. Send me $2. That's on which the company have already sounded out many occasions that if you win, there will be people that will call you from the office, not somebody telling you send me $2 and all that. But there are a lot of misconceptions in the whole thing. But the reason I'm bringing this on, what necessitated the failure of Lone Star Cell to comply with the Liberia anti-money laundering and countering financing terrorism? Why? This is a compliant policy. It's a compliant procedure. It's a compliance control. It's an obligation. And this is provided by Liberia. This is found in the Act 2021. Now the Financial Intelligence Agency has found or imposed a fine on Lone Star, $25 million Liberian dollars. And when this came out, some Liberians are saying this money is also small. Because some of us have lost plenty of money, 25 million, and that's small money. When you check over Liberia with the coverage and the customer loans I got and all this, but mind you, this is what the FIA said to them. Because they are failing to comply. And there were several counts. Failure to obtain specific authorization from the CBL to grant unlimited transaction limits for full agent merging transactions. And this violates Section 15, Paragraph 4 of the mobile money regulations. You see, after the Liberians are putting trust, now they are hearing this. If they fail to monitor transactions, especially at full agent level, merging with unlimited transaction threshold, resulting in a failure to file currency transaction report. And this violates Section 15.3.21 of the AML CFT, the Act of 2021. Some of you out there are falling victim of this thing. Some of you have been asking, Why my money get lost in my phone? My data get going. But this is strictly for mobile money. And besides that, there are several folks who just load money on their mobile money to purchase data, to purchase minutes and all that. The Lone Star Cell mobile money aspect, they have said failure to take appropriate measures to identify, access, and monitor its money laundering risks, including of pre-existing customers, products, services, geographical locations, and delivery channels, which violations of section 15.3.1, section 15.3.10 of the 2021 Act. Now, where we are now, the FIA has moved forward and said they are fining them. So this has mandated the LCMMR to deposit the 25 million into the Liberian government escrow account here. We got plenty of money to make here. Lone Star Cell should not be coming here, or other companies or other institutions, and violating our laws. This is the reason why we are asking our laws to be strengthened. Our laws to be strengthened. But I will tell you something. This is also a part of, because of government reneging spirit and now lackadaisical attitude of government, have led other institutions to say, well, we just relax. Sometimes you hear stories, allegations, taxpayers. One man who was assigned to a specific area to collect tax will go and tell the man, say, hey, he's going to pay 1,200 per year or per month. I don't forget that, man. Give me $4, give me $3. I will straighten everything for you. Just make sure my $5 will be straight. Give me $750. And that money without receipt and all that is not going to government coverage. It defers government a lot. Because if, for example, that 1,200 a month or 1,200 a year, for instance, would have gone to government and have helped even the taxpayer, that government will come say this rule in for your business, there's a pothole, it's also disturbing your business here. So let government use some of the money that this will be fixed. You got business here, no street lights. All the money you pay at taxpayers, governments are getting. LEC, go that library, social places, they put paying tax. The benefit come back. And even those who are coming to come purchase or access your system begin to benefit from the system also, because it's government, and all those who pay directly or indirectly benefit from the developmental structures of the country. This is serious. And let Lone Star pay that money. Don't hear argument out that, oh, the money was Mohammed Nasser, and they find the people there, but don't get me wrong, or they should not even be wrong, because there are standards set up to find folks or violations. But the institution has said 25 million would just be what? In Liberian dollars. They should be able to pay in an escrow account. And that money will go into government coverage. But let it be an extra account, 25 million. Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money coverage. The LCMMR has been fined by the FIA upon. And let them now dare not pay that money. And let not we dare any FIA agent to go beyond door and collect money, say, yeah, the money here. If even Lone Star Cell try it, they will produce receipt. And we won't see where they deposited the money. And if not, there'll be a problem with us. We will never accept to do things what is not right in this country. We can't allow people to come here operate at the expense of the poor suffering masses. Because they are the own suffer. Sometimes some put money that carry loss. Sometimes even the agents How are they monitoring them? You go to some place, they say, call your number. I've seen several cases. I was at one point in time. The guy said, "But the number I called him, I said, but I told you, Nina came up, who Papa, I show you the name." He said, "No, no, my number, not the person I sent the money to. That one name, not the person name. This one." And there was heated argument that the money that had just been transferred has gone to somebody else. What is the monetary system of the entire process? I say, "Oh yeah, if somebody send money mistakenly, how can they get it?" Mobile money, Lone Star Cell, or some several failure issues, ranging from assessment of all agents, the abuse of the system by smart AI to perpetrate the process is being monitored, which defraud thousands of Liberian dollars in 2023. The FIA has said there should be a fine unto them, and a failure to monitor transactions, especially with full agent level merchants, all that they've been up on it. Let me say thank you. You know, one of the company also related to the whole money business here, the GSC are considered a report. The GSC audits have found that something suspected to be what is a dubious game, but the GSC has termed this as an misappropriation, or in a report have identified there is some misappropriation in the process, and it's between Medtech, the government of Liberia, LRA. You know, there were several allegations first with this thing here. And the GSC now has observed that LRA has failed to remit some money that was to be for government. Hey man, I wonder how they really forgot to remit this money. How? Remember this whole thing here? We are having a 80-20. And they are even having several leverages in handling our side of the bargaining. Sometimes we say it must be into the account. But there's an agreement between government and Medtech that there should be an account set up that Liberian side of the money go there. The 20% share into a consolidated account, an extra account. But then how are we saying, how are we coming now, GSC telling us, after a serious conduct of audit, that from July 1, 2022 to October 31st, 2024, now a disturbing findings that is alleged that the LRA diverted government 20% share of revenue for its own use instead of depositing the fund into the consolidated account as required. And this audit report has been submitted to the National Legislature, and they uncovered several disturbing findings. And I think, you know, when one goes to the side where there were the disturbing news of car business that were to go to Commerce, and they were the LRA who were dealing the purchase of this thing here. We hear allegations that there were kickbacks from Medtech or companies, and they were to go. The LRA was, I mean, the Ministry of Commerce was the one that benefited from this. We don't want to go that route. But where did Dr. go wrong? And covering the period shows that this is coming from the past government to this government. And remember, it was the past government who initiated the whole thing. Mind you, this is a Liberian money they're talking about. So, and now we're not asking for parking space. All Liberian attention are being going to quorum, parking space, who's the speaker, who's the majority. That's just what we're listening to. We're talking about 6,775,954.07 cents. The government 20% share that should have gone to the consolidated account or the consolidated fund. NRA, according to the GSA, failed to remit this money. But instead, the fund continues in METEC account, and NRA made direct payment request to METEC for disbursement in its favor, in a clear violation of the agreement. And what we are hearing, I don't want to believe that Double Jala is the one who did this thing. I don't want to believe it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to believe it. Because it's one of those persons like Bruno and the government hold on esteem. Or did they ask question taking over? Because this other reports come from 2022 to 2024. Even though we are crying and saying the 20% small for Liberia, after we be having a business and we don't do business, you come and you take 80%, you got 20. What's that? While we are saying this, we're also saying, where did we go wrong? If we are counting for 2022, the end of the past government, with some who took over, you know what's happened between that time. With the state of the General Commissioner Thomas Dona. Now we have a new Commissioner General, Thomas Jala, who's under very hard stand. Now the LRA is arguing that the Liberia Revenue Code and the Destination Inspection Agreement authorize the collection of custom service fees directly by the LRA from the issuance of custom documents and related services. We write. They explain that it is waiting for the conclusion of the Supreme Court case involving METEC, after which the discussion will be held to address all the defects and anomalies. Hey, my people. Liberia. And despite the GSC, the LRA justifications, the GSC also saying that the regulations of the Public Financial Management Act of 2009 was amended in 2019, and it mandates that all public monies collected by government agencies must be paid in gross into a designated bank account, with no officer permitted to use such fund prior to the deposit unless specifically authorized by authority. Did the president ever authorize that this money should be spent? Did the Minister of State, Professor Gillespie, authorize them to use monies? Who? He said that the Commissioner General that authorized the money to be used, because the GSA is saying this is by law. The Public Financial Management Act of 2009 that was amended in 2019. This is a serious matter. And these are the matters that Liberians thought that their leaders will be seated around the table, seated with keen ears and eyes, focused, so that they get to understand where is the Liberian poor money is going. Because if Liberia is going to a bargain with a company or the institution or the construction, and the money is responsible for Liberia is not being properly received and used, then what is the essence of their workings? METEC, now in the country, without doing free will to METEC, you come Liberia in the shipping process and be able to get money and go. No. Even like I said earlier on, the agreement that was capped by the past government that settled down on 80-20, Liberia getting 20, Meta taking. Liberia still saying no. We don't accept that one. Though we hear some allegations that, you know, there are some big hands, some big sharks are involved. Even 80% that we see to go to Medtech, they're not going to Medtech, but there are other people coming in, and Medtech is not a small company. Dubai, other parts of the world, operational, but them 80% are going just to them. But there are other big hands doing the negotiation that they won't get out 1 or 2 to 3%, 10%, and 50% inside. Let's be clear. And there are also not sufficient documentations. This is one of Liberia's problems. Ministries and agencies, like I said in time past, just watch my word. Like what been circulating before this whole fracas at the House of Representatives on this audit process, and that folks should be audited. I said in this kind of time, there where the documents are destroyed, especially where there are shifts into leadership, whether right or not right. You don't know the focus of the next person coming. There may be documents preserved, or there may be documents that may be altered. There may be documents that may be fingered. Before the dust settled and say, what we said before this whole conflict, let's go and find a document. You may not even find document. You may not see document. It has been always a real problem. In a transition period of ministries, agencies, one to one, one to another, documents are altered, documents are changed, documents are destroyed. And for all the year, also like GSC is now flagging a lack of sufficient documentations, it raises concern, including payment vouchers, payment requests, purchase orders, receipts, contracts, procurement plans, bid documents, evaluation reports, procurement report, committee reporting, delivery notes for expenditures, total, and on and on. Then who are we? How are we functioning? Imagine in all this process here, we are seeing what GSC is flagging 1,306,051.27. And this is a process covered between Medtech and LRA. Expenditures cover transaction process. The GSC said they cannot see sufficient documentations. Hey, my people. Now it's up to you, Liberians. The GSC Auditor General P. Gaswa Jackson never just sent his report to the House of Representatives while they're having that trouble, but he's urging the Honorable Speaker and member of the House of Representatives, as well as the Honorable Pro Tempore Liberian Senate and members of the Liberian Senate, to urgently consider the recommendations contained in the report and give it seriousness of the findings. This is where I got my problem. This is where I got my problem. You know, once these kind of perfect analytical documents are prepared through an audit with a perfect analysis that goes along with recommendations and sent to our people, you find out that the true essence of that will or cannot be achieved. It's a question mark. I'm putting the question mark on that. This then affect the entire country. In good time to hear the House member will wake up and say, yeah, with this communication, I move that. Post representing the Commissioner General of the LRA to appear before next Tuesday or Thursday, and post representing the matter should be here, and that's just the end of the thing. Those analytical audit documents, couple of recommendations that were prepared by the GSC that may also be carrying further actions. Their parents died natural death. As soon as you hear the public that attempted to say, oh, what is the GSC doing? The TSC, what they had? What is the LSCC doing? The LSCC, they had there, and no recommendation, they no investigation. What are they doing about this? Sometimes the people do their work and send their work to government institutions, to the relevant authority. We're hearing P. Castle Jackson, not just in the report, but I accompanied the report on a letter. Recommendations into the letter and say, this is what we have seen. But at the end of the day, Liberians see nothing. I'm going to say this to you, another evidence through another institution I want to bring forward to you here today. And you are going to be hearing quotes from them. And they are going to be pointing finger to the government at large. Sometimes you sit and wonder, if these things are happening, then where are we headed? Sometimes you go to sit here and look corner. You know what I mean? I want to say this again. Let me tell you something. The time Liberians are confused. Who they want protest? Who they want saying action? Who they want sambo? Who are Liberians going away again? Who they suspend our president? That the time they put enjoying themselves. That's the enjoyment time. Our pepper, our bitter ball, our palm nuts, our beans, baku tower, potato creams, the Vita Q, the Maki Q, the Crown Vita, or whatever you're thinking about, that's the thing that gets affected in the market. Our produce, our products, the cattle grain that's so laying on the dining room table, the palava soils, the plantain, the banana. That's the times they get affected. You see how that the effect of their commotions affect those things. And you are the one, we are the one that suffer. You go and say, banana, even they want stomach, I want you banana to do. Banana can. How much you get your pocket? $20. He said, no, not $50 banana, I'm $20. He said, how to get your expenses up? Well, you don't know the book on outside the cousin none. But they who are there, they are getting that just benefit. They are enjoying themselves. And they are able to buy a bunch of bananas. They are able, if not a bucket or half a bag of palm nut, to cook their food that will carry them for days or weeks and weeks. They are able to carry a half bag of pakutora beans in their storehouses. Because they are the ones benefiting. You are the ones suffering. You go in the market, the chip, the chicken wing, the turkey wing, the spare ribs, that you yourself will lay back and be sucking it and be licking it. You frown even while you're eating it, because what you expected to see in the market is not there. Our basic commodities are hijacked during these periods of confusion. And that's the reason why I say Liberians, it is time to change the narrative. Listen to what's coming from the LD. And the reason why I'm bringing this story here is because while we are spoken about this hunting issues of the drugs enforcement agency, I was just surprised, and we have said this on several times, that there is an arm of the LDA that takes care of prevention and awareness. Are you aware of that? Have you not seen just only LDA, black clothes or plain clothes men enter houses and say they're doing search and seizure without documentations? They confiscate, they arrest, they seize. Sometimes you're surprised that even firearms are involved in some of the arrests they make. But I'm telling you that there's a department in the LDA called Prevention Awareness, and it's ahead. One Grace G. Mobile is the head of Prevention Awareness. How many times have we seen DA make a phone? But the reason I'm bringing this story, she says something here, and this is interesting. This is pointing to the government. She represented the Director General of DEA. You know, they're gonna program that people can go there. We're talking about they're gonna go there. Anthony K. Sewell, or Soyu, whatsoever, Soyu, he's the LDA Director General, and he now sent his proxy, the head of prevention and awareness. Listen to what she said. They won't go in the government. She said, sometimes we won't care on awareness. Our department is challenged. No logistical support. If we go to schools to have microphones, loudspeaker, even to have pickup to carry us, we don't have it. And they said every time, our government listen to this, she said every time they engage government, the response is the same, no money. That means since she got there, or before she got there, or before the Human Bagan government got there as president, before the George Weah-led government came as president, before the NJS government came as president, everyone said no money, no money, no money, no money, no money. How do you think people are going to work? So these things also struggle to lay the functions of departments. I tell you true, this is just similar to Liberia National Police. They say community service, community service and Liberia National Police is one of the dead areas in this country. Listen, speaking on behalf of the Director General, Anthony K. Soyu, she gave an example, and this is where I agreed with her. She said during the dates when Liberians declared Ebola as an emergency, she said there were awareness team, there were speakers every corner of the country, even the rural parts, urban areas. Even they were telling people when somebody's sick, I can remember, was it the COVID? I think it's COVID. At the Boulevard Junction, a man was suspected to have escaped the ETU. Yeah, I'm showing encouragement of that. The ETU, the ETU. We have one side along the Samarkand Sports Complex, where the area there, and the men just cough around the Boulevard area, and coughing. Next thing you want to spit that blood. That whole area, everybody left the place. They see. They don't even, and COVID-19 seemed to reach around them. The awareness. Till there was some reporting some quarters that folks don't got the understanding when they're folks sick, they went around the person. When the person died, they told that COVID or Ebola, they come for the during Ebola time, they come for the person, they started to escape. Even when they go to other family members who don't know when they accommodate them, they themselves to get affected in the process. So because of this sustained awareness, people were even there with offending. Even married men and women, and women cough, you jump from the ear. If your husband cough, you don't hear him. Your baby on your lap, your baby cough 2 times, you see blood. Hey, you want to touch that baby. Because of what? She said, when it was declared an emergency, there was awareness. Every corner speakers, folks were alarming this issue. But the very time the president had declared drugs as an emergency, how many rehabilitation centers they have created? And I agree all. How many private centers are now suspected to be supported by the state? How many awareness? We're talking to the LDA people. Why has government supported them with? And I agree. And because we are just saying that particular thing by mouth, oh, if there was some sickness now in Liberia, would say still an emergency, everybody go inside. But now nobody seeing drugs as an emergency since the president said it. People are smoking. Drugs are coming in the country. Alarming drugs arrest is across this country. Even to the extent Liberians have been caught farming plantation of drugs. Nobody cares about that. And what is more appalling, as she said, that when they say to the government, we need the government didn't get money. We didn't get money. This is just a department. Prevention and awareness. And this is very cardinal to institution that if this awareness can go across, Liberia. But like the whole country now in charge, Supreme Court ruling, the president, Kool, opposition, imposition, opposition. Some of the political party that are not even alive now wake up. We're looking for something to say. Now knowing that some of their children are the smokers of this country. Some of the children are the dealers of the drugs. Some of the children are the importers of the drugs. But everybody just waiting. Now, capital building burning has gone down. Nobody here. Hey, Liberia. When will we focus on the main issues that we are to focus on? Right now, even the smokers themselves, even the drug addicts themselves, the ones having soul on their foot, who have smoked the cigar, the light bulb, who have smoked the tar, the marijuana, the car exhaust, who have smoked whatever they want to smoke, they are the ones, even talking about minority, majority, quorum, Supreme Court thing, the labor, nobody cares what their soul on their foot, but that's what I'm talking about. Government, everybody's attention have been swayed to one direction. But let me tell you something. If the way we spread these messages, we support these arguments, if we are supporting prevention and awareness for the issue of illicit drugs in this country, illicit substance intake, we will get to somewhere. Because we'll be reviving some of our children from the ghettos. Some of the ones even that are going there today to start smoking, they will turn around. The ones who have been there for 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. It is so saddening to hear somebody say, I've spoken more than 15 years now. That good thing you've been doing. The reason why it's unknowing to Liberians is that our focus is not in that direction. So for 15 years, somebody has been living on illicit substance, killing their lungs, killing their kidney, killing their heart, killing their body, living in a graveyard because the country turned their back on that. I think if I not agree with anybody from the LDA, I will agree with Madam Moba on this issue here. I will agree with Madam Gracie Moba on this thing here. And how much of a strength of our alarming issues have the Director General even put into this thing? They say that because they themselves are commanders, TG, they benefiting from the proceeds of those drugs, they don't care about this thing. And I believe that if it was the Director General that had gone to that program, he would have never said this thing the head of prevention and awareness said. And she has been bold. And I hope she can be protected for that. She wasn't right. She was just right to say what she wanted to say. At the time, as a mother, seeing how much the impact of drugs has affected this country. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me take my break here. I'll go to the lab. I'm not going anywhere today, but there are information outside. and I hope I'll just travel to a few countries, but there are informations that are good for us. Just imagine Namibia, the minister of Namibia have been sacked after being accused of rape. Will Liberia ever sack any minister because he was raped? I don't think so. I dare that day, or I don't think it's in my generation, or I hope to see it, I hope to hear it, that the minister will be sacked because of a less rape issue. Because loving the small children in our country, yeah, no one thing. Probably loving the small here, they say when you call a small power, be part time, a fool and stay down. So you now issue that enjoyment. What a minister, what a lawmaker, what a director, what a assistant minister, and eating. So nobody care about it. And so that must say even want to show what other is not show. But in other countries, they take those things very high up. Now the major story I want to capture today from Namibia, the minister of Namibia, Mark Habri Hegiri, was arrested on Saturday after alleged attempting to bribe the woman to withdraw the case. Imagine that. In Liberia, I won't see it happening because the police officer involved were allegedly taken rapid. The judge or the sheriff, oh my God, I've heard sheriff saying, "Give my own and just go." I tell the court say you're not in town here. Oh Jesus Christ! Let me listen to the public here. Let me listen to y'all, and I hope you listen to. Please speak to the issue we have discussed, and I hope you have listened and you have your say. Separately, speak. If you want to speak to one, speak to one. I don't want to hear somebody say Nathaniel or ambassador. I want to speak to 3 different things. I will not accept you or cut you off and allow others to speak. Please speak to what you want to talk about. And let Liberia, I love comments from impactful comments from the callers who have listened to an issue. Say one thing that can make impact. They'll say blue, 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 or yeah. Nobody will listen to anyone. Say one and allow others to say 2. Good afternoon. Let's take this break.
Who vow to respect all laws, has decided to play politics with a constitutional mandate. The truth is, this constitutional mandate is not a debatable mandate. President Boyka,
let me say, one of the longest serving armed forces of Liberia, a female, Mistress Martha Nimbo. Yeah, the Golden Jubilee. Happy birthday to you, Mistress Martha Nimbo. Happy birthday. Your kids, your children, the well wishers, even the folks for the force of good, they are all saying to you, happy birthday. And most importantly, your husband, Mr. Ambrose Nimbo, also saying, darling, happy birthday to you. Though I'm far away, but I'm also saying to you, happy birthday. He is the former wonderful Liberia National Police, saying to his wife and the AFL soldier, force for good, saying, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Nimbo, and happy also for your service to this country. Okay, yeah. I don't think that's what we look for. We actually wanted something different, but we hope that what we look for can happen, and that we can find that. 0775-919-919, 0880-919-919 at the numbers. Mr. Martha Nimbo, let me say happy birthday to you. Today's a birthday, a member of the Armed Forces of Liberia, Force for Good, one of the strongest female who led the troop outside this country for peacekeeping, and she's in Liberia. Ma'am, happy birthday. Good afternoon. This is Gideon, Mr. Gideon, you're welcome. Oh, Kekla, yeah, Kekla, go ahead. You're welcome, Daniel Kekula. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Makala.
No, my brother, I said to you today, I agree with Grace. And imagine, I'm an ambassador against illicit substance in this country. Based upon the weather we're getting, we should even be getting some handout from the LDA, but they don't give her anything. They don't help us anything. And for Grace to say, she was so bold to say this, I agree with Grace 100%. And let the government support the prevention and awareness division of the drug enforcement agency. Okay, my brother. Government need to look at that direction, because if I come to create awareness, I'm not going to arrest you. I come to inform you about the danger and all that. What don't harm me? Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. No, listen. Hello. Listen, I will not be discussing breaking bowl you bring part from in the kitchen. Please don't do that to me. I'm saying the prevention and awareness division. If you want to talk about LDA, this is what I want you to talk about. Don't get confused all year. Your topic you want to keep it. If they can take money from you, or they can charge you, I'm talking about that one today. Government will support prevention and awareness of the LDA. That's what I'm talking about today. I'm on board here. Good afternoon. You're welcome. The Apple want to discuss issue. You're confused the whole thing. Good afternoon. So the true essence of the conversation is being swayed aside. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, I'm Mr. Patrick from Mama.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. That the question though. Yeah. You're welcome, and I agree with you seriously. Let me say good afternoon, Sam. Good afternoon, Bayuga. Good afternoon. He's not ready yet. You say yeah, then you won't ask me again. Good afternoon. Yeah, go to the point. You're welcome. Yeah, kid. Okay. You're welcome. I see president in this country, lawmakers, political leaders, they are scary people. They're very much scared and afraid of the right thing. So that's the reason why they can use the citizens, the vulnerable people, to say, let's do that one, let's do that one, because they are very much afraid. I see other countries, I see brave people. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead, you walk up. We're talking different here, you bring different thing. Good afternoon. I wonder when your children ask you for bread, you get a snake. Your children ask you for bread, you get a snake. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. This is Daniel Kelly.
Yeah, Daniel Kelly, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your show this afternoon. Our president that we have in the country is scary. The new one, when they take action for opposition to say, oh, we don't want the president, or they scared of the president, then for them to say, the president, they want to impeach the president. My brother, then you better want to be a good leader for the country. Don't look at nobody. When you want to get a door here, don't look in the door here. Yeah, okay, your money shall be eating it. You want to better want to be a good leader, full of shit on the ground. One of them president was sitting to everybody. Look at the president and man saying, everybody, people, they may cut it down to the 0%. Nobody got permanent on our man. You see that? So, representatives take 15,000, 20,000 now, and people were saying in the ring over the show that me president and me representative, then I want to perform correct.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Okay, and let me bold. Let me frank. You sat by the radio and we discuss specific issues. Then you bring something different to me. If you're afraid of heat in the kitchen, get outside. You're not forced to call. Good afternoon.
How are you, man? Good afternoon, dear.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Okay, Papa, thank you. Let me say good afternoon, welcome, go ahead. So if you also saying that, if you agree that today they're not good, why you institute something they're not good? We are talking about our 6,757,954.77. We want it. We're also talking about the 1 million plus that was also documentation out there. We want it. And this investigation from 2022. 2022 runs, you know how long it came the general government. 2024, we want this thing here. That be bold, amen. That be sincere. I don't want triviality into issues here because they think we just want the money when they get all the good on. LRA. The GSC said you have failed to remit 6,705,954.77. We want it. Then you can say the post when I go why the open way. We want the money. If you say if you agree today not good, then why you into today? You do a business 80-20 that good business there for Liberia. Don't post that deal. Say we accept it, the 20% we want it. All those involved we want it. Say we agree we want it. 20% we want it. But in actuality to do 20-80 deal is not a good deal for any country. Good afternoon, Mr. Christian Nelson. You welcome in my last caller for today.
Oh, thank you very much. Mr. Barlow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Thank you very much, Christian Nelson. And if the government see what they have said, when we said emergency for Ebola, emergency for COVID-19, there was sites built. How many areas the government said drug emergency? The awareness. Where is it? Where the prevention? Nothing of such. I cannot go, man. Sometimes we just do things not serious. Then 1 minute time they will say, oh, man, now go. Okay, 2080 deal are good deal for the country. 2080 deal. It's not good. But this government say accept it. We agree. But then this government now in your government, we asking you send 2022, 2024, our 20% where you're giving us. Don't put it somewhere different. And I think will cause problem in this country. And we're asking Honorable Jala to please come clean. And the folks, all you connected to the deal. I gotta go, man. And let me say Grace Mobile. You're such a great person. I don't know you in person. I'm not interacting with you. But your comments made show certain tenacity to you that in your department you see something strong. That if that is heightened up, can alleviate, can turn to protect the citizens of this country and to reduce the importation and usage of drugs. Because when the people are informed of the downfall effect, the downward trend, the damaging effect of drugs, they will desist from it. They will run away from it. They will flee from such. I'm gonna say thank you. And I hope the government is listening. But I gotta go. Thanks to you today. Sarkandro is here with me on the program, and I'm Nathaniel. Good afternoon until tomorrow.
Violence against peaceful students and student leaders at the University of Liberia is increasing and alarming on a daily basis. The government is left tight. Civil society organizations and actors are quiet about the constitutional violations